Field of 12, college football. Could not be more excited and more proud to talk to this special guest today, leading the charge for America's team, the quarterback of the Fighting Illini, Tommy DeVito. Tommy, thank you for rolling with us today, man.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, you got it. First and foremost, we just wanted to say, how is your health? How is your ankle doing? How are you doing? Are you moving? Are you back to 100%?
Good, yeah. I'm back to 100%. Obviously got banged up a little bit earlier in the season and kind of got rolled up on again in Iowa. So the training staff did an awesome job getting me back for last week. And, this bye week helps a lot. It comes at a perfect time for us as a team. Little bumps and bruises here, so able to get that flushed and ready to go into next week.
Well, there you go. Pride of Livingston, New Jersey, a legend at Don Bosco Prep. You had an incredible stint at Syracuse. What led you to Illinois? What attracted you to come to the Big Ten?
Right, really, Coach B. I mean, obviously, me and you had a conversation. I don't know if anybody really knows our background, but we've known each other for a little while. So, obviously, me and you got a lot of conversations going through the transfer portal and that whole deal. But really, just Coach B, really his belief in like his style of football and his knowledge of the game and really places that he's been, and really just the history of Illinois as well. I mean, a lot of things tie into it, and obviously, I'm happy I made that decision.
Yeah, and just full disclosure, Tommy's right. I've had the privilege to be a part of his path since coming through high school. He was a killer then, he's a killer now. And yes, I do get a chance to touch base with youngsters like him, really young grown men like him, and just really just be a sounding board, but could not be more thrilled. Can you just tell us right now, what is life like inside the Illinois football building?
It's like it was week one. Obviously, a little more excitement, but I think as a team, just staying level-headed. Obviously, we've had success going forward. Obviously, still a lot to improve on. A lot of games left, still 5 games left in the regular season. So looking forward to those and really just working on going 1-0. Obviously, everyone's excited. Everyone knew throughout the summer what this team had the ability to do, and it was really just about going out and doing it. And I think that we've done a good job of that so far, and I think that we're going to build off of that.
A lot of that construction, when you talk about building, especially for a quarterback, comes from your play caller and your offensive coordinator. You got an incredible one in Barry Looney. What's it been like putting these game plans together, working through the week to execute them, and then pulling them off Saturday after Saturday with him?
Right, Coach Looney does an awesome job. I mean, he really makes it easy for us. On Tuesday, that's kind of like our feel it out day, because Monday's a day off. Tuesday, they put a lot on the table to see like what we can handle and what we feel good about. And as the week goes on, he's very good about cutting things back to make sure that we can go out and play full speed 100% without thinking too much. So whatever someone may not be feeling out, it's scrapped. He's very simple with that. And I appreciate him for that. And obviously him being a prior quarterback, he knows what it's like to be back there, and see how the game unveils from that point of view. So I appreciate it a lot.
But just quickly, would you just share how rare that is? You get so many personalities as a quarterback when you go up against coordinators. Some are, I got it, guys. You just wait until I tell you what's coming. Others are a little bit more collaborative. But can you just share how rare that is? And it also goes because you're a veteran quarterback and you've seen a lot of, battles. But how rare is that to get somebody who welcomes your input, since you're the one that's got to go out and execute it?
Right. I mean, it's rare. I've had I think this is my 5th offense coordinator now.
Oh my
So I've been
God.
around some in college. So I've been around some, but just with him, he's very like, it's all about us. He made that point a couple weeks ago and makes it again. Like for the coaches, they've done their time. They've played all the games that they're going to play. Now it's all about us. It's about us as players. So for them, they try to put us in the best situation possible. And to put us in the best situation possible, it's about what we feel most comfortable with. Now, there are going to be some things we're not as comfortable with, but as coaches, that's their job to get us comfortable with that. And they do an awesome job to getting us there for Saturday.
What's it like being around the alpha Bret Bielema? Big time head coach. He's won everywhere he's been. And again, full disclosure, I was a GA at Iowa when he was a linebacker coach at Iowa. So I've known him half my life. But what's it been like playing for him, his quarterback leading his charge?
Right. It's awesome. I mean, I'm just thankful for spring ball, because that
Mm.
was the biggest time for me and him growing. Obviously, I came from a different style of offense. It's more of like, taking shots and this kind of deal and really just trying to push the ball down the field and being more aggressive versus, he was more strategic and smart about it. So really for myself and him throughout spring ball was a lot of learning. Us like trying to learn his style of play and how he likes to coach and that. But yeah, I'm really thankful for that and just being a part of that. I mean, he has so much knowledge and he gives us as players so much knowledge, whether it's about football, life, everything, and he just pours that all into us, and we just, we try to absorb as much of it as we can. And, it's just never ending, and that's something that I haven't been around, and something that I'm very appreciative to be around.
What would you say is the single biggest thing he's pushed out of you, be it improvement or wanting you to amplify or whatever it is coming through that spring phase?
Right, just letting the game come to me. Just don't don't overcomplicate it. It's a game of football, but really just be efficient on early downs. That's the biggest thing. Be efficient
Mhm.
early downs so you can make all the other downs easier as they come and not getting stuck in a, second and 10, second and 12. And really about knowing when, situational not to take sacks in certain situations. Throw the ball away, get the ball out of your hands so you can get cut off, you get knocked out of field goal range. Just small things like that, details like that, and just letting the game come to me and not trying to force anything where it doesn't need to be forced.
Now, you just transferred from another successful program and another successful alpha. What are the similarities between Coach Bielema and Coach Babers?
Right? That they trust in their players. At the end of the day, it's about the players going out to play. Um, obviously there's a lot of similarities and differences. Obviously, all those players they're doing an awesome job right now, which nothing but the best for them. I talk to them all the time. But, I mean, I think they're both very personable with how you can talk to them and how you don't feel going into your coach's office that like you can't go speak to them as a
Mm.
human being. So I think that's a similarity.
When you first arrived in Champaign, you're the new starting quarterback. You got this big challenge, big mission. What were some of the most immediate objectives you knew you had to meet once your feet got on campus?
Right? Really just showing them what I'm about because when I first got here in January, I didn't really know anybody on this campus. I knew a couple of people when I came on visits.
Mhm.
We kind of had those conversations, but really just, we don't go straight into football. We go straight into winter workouts. And for me, being in
Mhm.
the East Coast, being in Jersey, we have to deal with some cold weather. So we do get in the gym from time to time. We're known to get under the bench and do that whole deal. So I take pride in that and to be able to go in the weight room and just show them that I can handle my own, that I can be that alpha that I need to be from day one. That was just my biggest thing, but not trying to overstep at the same time, just trying to earn trust throughout the team and throughout the guys as that winter program went on going into spring ball.
Last piece on the offseason, what would you say are the two main things that you personally dedicated to your own game in improving, changing, adding to get ready for this season?
Right. I'll say the biggest thing is being more efficient on first and second down, early downs, really just knowing just take what they give me. Boom. You don't need to force that ball down the field and da da da. Like just move it so it makes third down easier with me. I think that's the biggest thing. And then second, just being very efficient in the red zone. I think that throughout spring ball, um, learning coach learning how he calls plays and what he's really looking for. I think that me and him did a lot of growing, obviously, because we came on campus at the same
Mhm.
time in January, so we get to learn each other. And we really didn't kind of choose each other. I'll say that because he was kind of I committed and then he came in, but we had a lot of conversation. We felt good about it. But for us, really just to mold and use that time over spring ball really made everything very beneficial, and also just to flush everything that's happened in the past. I've gotten beat up in the past, and really just learning to trust this offensive line and the receivers and playmakers around me.
Yeah, it is a unique collaboration, but it's a hell of a, I mean, it's a hell of a song you guys are playing right now. Everybody can feel it. We also can all feel Chase Brown, a Heisman candidate right now. What's it like having him in the backfield behind you?
It's awesome. I mean, should makes my job a lot easier when he can run the ball the way that he does. And then, I think part of the game that people don't realize is his ability to catch the ball in the backfield and go the distance like that happened in the first drive last week. We got him two balls moving down the field and one for a touchdown. And then, really just his ability in the pass protection. I think he takes a lot of pride in that. And I appreciate that as a quarterback, obviously, because that protects me. But just seeing him like in practice, just communicating with the offensive line and knowing where blitzes are and seeing certain looks. And really, I think that just elevates his game to another level because obviously he's a gifted runner, but not a lot of people pay attention to those other attributes that he brings to the table.
Back to your day to day currently, uh, right now in season. What's Coach Biela's mantra? What's the mantra you guys uh, rise and battle to day in day out in that building?
It's Illinois versus everybody.
Mm.
That's our thing. We have not been a winning program in the past, so we're not going to be given any calls. We're not going to be given this. We're not going to. When everybody looks at Illinois, they think it's a walk in the park, and now I think they're starting to open their eyes that it's not going to be that. I think Coach B brings that element to this program, and really just knowing that we're not going to leave it up to the refs. We're not going to leave it up to the other team. When we win, we're going to win. It's going to be outright. It's going to be an outright win. We're not going to leave it up to anybody else but us.
I know you guys are uh, trained, just as teams and competitors to only play it week to week to week. But the fact remains, we're a week away from Halloween, and Illinois football is in the lead position in the Big Ten West. Your destiny is your own. Do you ever find yourself looking ahead and thinking about that team in Columbus or in Ann Arbor or in State College and thinking we will see one of them here in another month and a half and what that's going to be like to meet up in Indianapolis?
Right. I mean, yeah, you see that. You see it all over the place that those are the big teams on that side of the conference, and that's our goal. Obviously, going into it, we wanted to make a bowl game, but at the same time, we had bigger goals than just making a bowl game. We wanted to win our side and win the Big Ten championship and go as far as possible. So for the guys that are in this facility and the guys that are on this team and the coaches, this is not a surprise to us that this is happening because this is something that we've communicated and wanted to, and it's been a goal since day one. And I don't think it's anything that we think about too much. Obviously, it's there, it's on the horizon, but at the same time, like you said, just week to week, because if we don't handle business now, that's not going to be a reality. So we just got to handle business one step at a time.
What's been your biggest role as a leader? This is your fifth year in college football. You've been a 4-year starter, am I right, Tommy?
Yeah, sixth, yeah, 4 year, yeah.
6.
Mhm.
So you bring all that experience and whether it's in battles or it's in off season or if it's in all the changes, 5 offensive coordinators, that's a lot of verbiage, a lot of concepts. It's just like learning Mandarin one year and I have to learn Portuguese another year. How have you used that to bring along the youngsters in your building?
Right. I mean, just to show them, that football is all about adversity. Sometimes you can't control all of it. Sometimes you can. It's how you bounce back from it. So for the young guys in the room, I mean, I could just talk about the quarterbacks. I have a young one, Donovan Leary. Obviously Devin's little brother, so another Jersey guy. So I kind of take him under my wing just because, but really just communicating with him and showing him like, I've been in college football for a long time. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen all parts of it. So really just teaching him, never too high, never too low, always in the middle because shoot, we're 6-1 right now. Everybody's loving us. But at the end of the day, I've also been on teams where it's been the complete opposite. And the fans are gonna love you, they're gonna hate you. So for you, you don't want to think too much about it. You want to just keep doing your job, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to the outside noise and really just play football and have fun at the end of the day. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. Yeah. Some people complicate it a little bit too much. But you just gotta go out and have fun.
Lastly, what does America need to know about the Illinois football program?
We're on the upcoming. They can keep sleeping on us as long as they want to. That alarm clock's not going to go off. Can't keep hitting snooze forever. But we're just going to keep taking it one week at a time.
Love it. So proud of you. Tommy DeVito, the leader and the William Wallace of Illinois football. Best of luck to you, sir, and to all the other Illini. Tell Coach we say hello. Thank you for joining us.
Will do. Thank you for your time.